Kat.
I mean, she's V. I'm Kat.
I'm V.
And you have entered into
Kat and V's Kitchen.
One more time. Amen. So, we are doing our strawberry schmutz, or you would call it strawberry topping, from scratch. And so, y'all stay tuned, and you're going to find out how we make ours. Amen.
Hey to the man.
See you in a minute. Okay, so we are using strawberries. They're not the bad strawberries, but they are strawberries that you wouldn't really eat necessarily. Sometimes we use frozen. 90% of the time we use frozen, but we don't have any today, so we're going with the fresh. All you do is cut the tops off. I cut them in half, put them in a pot. See? This is where I'm putting them. Okay? Alright, once I get all of that cut, I'm going to show you what I do next. Alright, so we're going to put that's about 1.5 pounds of strawberries. And that, I just put in a cup of sugar. I'm going to put another half a cup in there. Alright. Then you want to put in your measuring cup. I don't typically measure. I just kind of just measure. But if the Lord says it's time to measure a little bit. Yeah. So this is 2 cups of hot water. I usually go just below, about right there, when I put my water in, because you know this is pretty much going to turn to liquid by the time by the time the strawberries boil down. Medium high heat, and then I'll show you what to do after, when it gets to a certain point. I'll show you to a boiling point. Okay. So once it's boiled, you see, it's kind of like the strawberries almost look kind of transparent. This is an emulser. This little thing, it comes off here. Okay, it detaches. And put it on like this. The blades are at the bottom. 2 settings, lower and higher, of course. Turn it down a bit. Start with the 1. And then comes the blender. What it does is just basically it chops up your fruit. Chops up, and you can use this for, use one of these little things for like soup. Like if you're making broccoli and cheese soup, you use fresh broccoli. After you let it cook, then you just take a stand and it chops up the vegetables or whatever to a puree. And then I always just kind of check and make sure it's not a lot. It's okay if it's some. If it's some strawberries still whole in there. Not whole, but sliced up. Kind of chunky. You know. Then take mine apart. Plug it, of course. Red. If I had to guess, it's probably about 1/8 of a cup. Maybe a little bit more than that. She just wanted to be red. And it's going, look, for it to bubble like that, it's normal. Tell you thicken it up. you don't want to make a mess, you gotta watch it closely. You can't just put it in there and walk away. Alright, now what I use is what I call, well, it's called food starch. A long time ago, I worked for a company and they used to buy it, and that's what it's called, food starch. And it worked like a miracle. And I was like, I gotta figure out what that is. And I read the label, and I figured out it's sugar and cornstarch. It's 2 parts sugar, 1 part cornstarch. So what that means is if you put 2 cups of sugar, then you need 1 cup of cornstarch. And you mix them up very, very well. And that is this. Okay. And you can put it in, you can just pour it in, put it in by the if you look at it, it's very fluffy like, because of the sugar. And then you put it in there, which for this we probably gonna need quite a bit, because normally I put extra strawberries in at the end, but I don't have any more. So what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow is go to the store, get some strawberries that are already been cooked. That's like, you know, the half strawberry. It's in a container. But to get them, let them thaw, then add it to this so that it'll be thick and very strawberry. Because we don't have any more strawberries right now. I forgot that part. Anyway, you blend it or mix it as good as you can, and it'll be thick here in a minute. And if you do that and you find it's not getting thick, just let it cook a minute. And it'll get there. And after it starts to boil again, if it's still not getting thick, you just need to add a little bit more. You see it's thick. It's getting thicker. The longer it cooks, the thicker it gets. I'll turn this down a bit. Let's see. No. Okay, here we are back again. This is the next day. The strawberry topping has cooled and settled. And if you remember on yesterday, I told you we didn't have the strawberries available to put in after the sauce was done. So I went and got it. And this right here. This is what we got here from Walmart, and it is it's sliced strawberries with sugar, and look, that's what it looks like. Okay. What I'm gonna do now, here is the, see that? So because we had to improvise, this is what I did. Took the strainer and I'm getting as much juice as I can off of it. You can see it good, like so. And that's a trick to getting it out a little bit faster. Move it to the bottom so that the juice will fall. Okay. Had I had this in the beginning, you could have actually put this along with your fresh berries when you started the whole mix. And so all of the excess is off. And you take the excess off also, that juice, so that it doesn't loosen up your sauce. And so now, move this here. And this is, see how thick that is? See, you can see the spaces being created. That's about the thickness it should be. And then you want to take and put that in there, like so. Stir it up. And there you have our schmutz. You see it good? This is how we make our schmutz. And you can use this on your cheesecake. You can put it over ice cream, over your strawberry shortcake. This is what we use when we do strawberry shortcake. When we do trifles, This is the same process, and we do the same process with blueberries, pineapples, whatever kind of fruit topping we're trying to make. This is the process that we do. Okay? You see it good? Okay. See the berries? Alright. Okay. And let me see here. In this case, the customer is just getting it put on the side. So now we're going to put it in a jar, a mason jar, so that she can serve it how she needs to. But otherwise, we would put it on the cake. That's another recipe simply because the store just ain't. It's just not homemade. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get, you have to pay a whole lot of money for something good. Most of the time. Can't say every time, because some generic is better than the name brand. But I'm telling you, this is the best. All right. Well, Valita and I, from our kitchen to yours, we say have a good evening, and we thank you for watching.